Projet, victory over death, Lord of the Seas. That is what you call a given name. According to adoption, I'm Corey Firestone. Let's do a little bit of a talk today, a little bit of a educational matter, right? So apparently, the 22-year blood-sucking parasite that's been bleeding families dry since '01 thinks that she is important. So there's a concept called failed statehood. Let's talk about what failed statehood is. Failed statehood would be when a tyrant has to go and place a foreign object on everybody's house. So I'll levy it like this. This would be a form of failed statehood. If I came along to your house and said, I don't like your shingles right there on your dwelling, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to change them, or I'll change them myself. But if you don't let me change your shingles, I'm going to go ahead and just rip your entire roof off so that the rain and the snow can fall on inward. Might as well, shit, that's what a tyrant would do, right? If you want to defend, by all means, go ahead and defend this. But I do have a serious and legitimate question. So, and I don't want to offend anyone in saying this. I really don't. But if I do, oh well, that's how much shits I give. So let me take you to the Ganga River. And no, it's not the Ganges, but the Ganga River, okay? Now, obviously, local influence, because there's been asserted efforts to clean up the Ganga River, which has nothing to do with parasite in China. It's not even here in America. Why am I talking on it? Get over it. The Ganga River, right? It's a spiritual waterway, right? It's dirty. It's been contaminated. But I have to levy one question. Is that from local influence or outside, i.e. federal influence? Because there's an old concept that says, apparently to certain people's trains of thought, that the federal government has more say and sway than actual local, right? But if this rings true, the Ganga River, if I had to guess, which wouldn't take a lot of guessing, I would be willing to put money on the table that it was not local influence that then polluted the river, that turned it from something that it was not into what it had been. And thankfully there's cleanup efforts for it. But I would guarantee that the locals there had nothing to do with the pollution in that river, that it had everything to do with outside influence. Ask me why I'm bringing this up. The Toledo Strip War, the war that damn near happened, a shootout conflict between Ohio and Michigan, where the federal government had to step in and make the Toledo Strip. Your meters, Detroit Thomas Edison, is out of where? If I could go grab a piece of mail and read it to you, it's from Ohio. We are not northern Ohio. Michigan is not northern Ohio. We're not eastern Wisconsin. And we're sure shit not lower Canada. The more that anyone attempts to make Michigan the only palm of the Lord God Almighty, it's never gonna happen. Get it out of your head. Michigan is going to be Michigan in 200 or 300